Hey Dave, as you guys are still in the fight for the division, just how big and how important was this team win for you all today?
It was a big one. We always say in baseball, every win's big, but looking at where we're at, 9 games left, this was a big one. It was just a contribution from so many guys today. Max didn't have his best stuff. It just couldn't finish off with the breaking ball. Missed just off quite a bit all day today. The 2-out hit by Freeland, I think, was a backbreaker. But for us to pick him up for a change, it was nice. Just all throughout the game, and I could go through all those at bats, but that ninth inning was next level, and to Max to come out of that funk with a big homer was huge.
And with Max Scherzer, I know you mentioned that it kind of this really was an outlier performance from him. But what did you see that really just kind of impacted him today on the mound? And what wasn't working for him?
I thought he had a great game plan. He and Mark Pryor. I thought that the curveball just couldn't finish and get to the plate. So it was kept backing up just a tick. I thought the sequencing, all that stuff, and it would have been a lot more efficient if he could have landed it, and he just couldn't finish that pitch.
Thanks, Dave.
Next question is from Ron Kavner. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave. Max has talked too about the curveball a lot, especially since he's come here. How important has that pitch been for what you've seen from him?
It's a elite pitch, and I think that when a guy that's throwing in the mid 90s, he's got the rise fastball, he's got the cut fastball, he's got the slider, a changeup, but then the curveball is more of a front to back pitch, even more so than the changeup. So if he can land that at 79, 80, it just keeps guys honest. And today he just couldn't land it, but he just got so many weapons.
And then how nice was it to see Muncy have that swing, knowing it was a little bit of a struggle? I mean, you kind of smiling now. Did you sense he kind of needed that a little bit?
Yeah, he needed it a lot. He's grinding like everyone in September is, but so it was good. I tipped my hat to him for continuing to work, and I saw him and Brownie today in the cage, and they figured something out a little bit. So for it to prove beneficial today with that homer was big for his confidence.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next question is from Mark Castillo. Go ahead.
Dave, how would you describe Trey Turner's impact on this team?
He's a baseball player, and I think that's the highest compliment I can give somebody. Just the pulse, the compete, the unselfishness, move into a different position, and big players, big superstars make plays and rise to occasions, and that's what he did today for us.
And I'm not sure if you noticed, but there was a next level scoreboard watching, at least on this end, with the Giants playing the Padres, them going back and forth. Did you have your eye on that at all while this was going on?
A little bit. So yeah, there was a little bit of a seesaw for those guys, but still trying to keep both eyes on this game, and big win for us.
Is that game on in the clubhouse right now?
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
Thank you.
Next question is from Dylan Hernandez. Go ahead.
Dave, obviously you guys have been involved in a number of high pressure, right, late September, October games in the last however many years. Just how much of a benefit is that when you do actually find yourself in that type of position again?
It's a huge benefit. It's hard to quantify it, but I think you don't know until you know as far as how guys are going to react. And like you said, Dylan, we've been in spots like this, in big spots, and come out on the other side. So I think that whether it's Blake in a tough spot or Kenley in a tough spot, or a tough at bat where you need to move the ball forward or get a big hit, to be able to keep our heart rate down and still execute is big. And so I do think that the experience that we have is going to help us going forward.
Is this what people talk about when they talk about like culture in baseball?
It is. It is. I think that, my 6 years, this is as good as I've seen guys as far as wanting to pick each other up, liking and caring about each other, and pulling for guys. And, Max Scherzer didn't have his best stuff today. We picked him up, and he was the happiest guy in the clubhouse when we all came in to shake hands. And, the lack of finger pointing and just showing up to win a baseball game. And so, there's always the chicken and the egg of winning versus culture, which breeds which. I believe in our culture, and I believe in the talent we have in the room.
The line drive that Mookie caught there in the 10th inning, when you saw that, how much were you like, oh, thank God I moved him around?
Yeah, but that's another thing there. It's like Mookie, I wanted to get him in center and get Gavin off center field and get AJ off his feet, gets Luke Raley in the game. And there was no batting an eye. They understood it. They responded, and Mookie made a big play for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.